Nuk nuk vexnek flugug nagna lemsaka, cavnuliating lungnage, colorititing leningaj, calibrating language on planet 3178 in Milky Way galaxy. Important Earth transmission. Repeat, important Earth transmission.
The subcommittee hearing on unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAPs, will come to order. Welcome, everyone.
It's never gonna happen.
Dude,
here's what I was thinking.
You gotta believe.
This is huge. This is worldwide. The UFO is emerging as a major topic of global importance. I can state that as a fact.
Quick question. Do the reptilians know about this?
Yes, but they're too cocky to care. They don't think the cattle will believe it anyway.
It's been so difficult to get here today. I've said, in the Baptist church, we'd say that the devil's in our way. And the devil's been in our way through this thing.
He's talking about reptilians. Those damn Alpha Draconians always playing Satan.
It is unacceptable to continue to gaslight Americans into thinking that this is not happening, or that the potential of intelligent life forms exists other than humans.
Mr. Fravor has his own UAP experience, known as the TikTok event.
Did he really just say TikTok event?
It's funny. It's got a little bit of a zing to it.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Let the record show that all the witnesses answered in the affirmative. You may be seated.
Two F-18 Super Hornets were split by a UAP. The object, described as a dark gray or a black cube inside of a clear sphere, came within 50 feet of the lead aircraft and was estimated to be 5 to 15 feet in diameter.
Well, actually, that cube was a gift from the Gligorkians, and it wasn't 50 feet. He's obviously lying and being dramatic. Like, oh my God, what a liar.
Making inexplainable maneuvers like right-hand turns and retrograde orbits or J-hooks.
You were seriously performing dangerous J-hooks?
And I never got caught, neither.
Wow. That is quite the rap sheet.
The description you gave us before.
A dark gray or a black cube inside of a clear sphere.
Inside of a clear sphere?
Yes.
And with no self-evident propulsion system?
We were primarily seeing dark gray or black cubes inside of a clear sphere.
I'm sorry, dark gray or black cubes?
Yes, inside of a clear sphere, where the apex or tips of the cube were touching the inside of that sphere. And that was primarily what was being reported when we were able to gain a visual tally of these objects. And that occurred over almost 8 years. And as far as I know, it's still occurring.
What's this damn sphere? Stop beating around the bush and tell us.
Well, I'm glad you asked. Otherwise, this pre-made video wouldn't have made any sense. The Gligorkians are interdimensional replicons. Their exact origin is unknown. But what we do know about them is that they hover over planets and holographically scan them for replication. Although the practice is not exclusive to just them, they've perfected it. And their only objective is to experience everything the environment has to offer without any repercussions or risk. Gamers would understand this as downloading a new map.
This is so cringe.
They literally insert themselves into the lives of others for fun and adventure, or sometimes just to experience lack. And I wanted one, so we did an exchange.
The controller told us that these objects had been observed for over 2 weeks, coming down from over 80,000 feet, rapidly descending to 20,000 feet, hanging out for hours, and then going straight back up.
I think I'm happy about it. You're nuts. I just got a few things to take care of.
Do you believe UAPs pose a potential threat to our national security?
Yes. The technology that we faced was far superior than anything that we had. And you could put that anywhere. If you had one, you captured one, you reverse engineered it, you got it to work, you're talking something that can go into space, go someplace, drop down in a matter of seconds, do whatever it wants, and leave. And there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing.
You're goddamn right.
Performing maneuvers that are unexplainable due to our current understanding of our technology and our capabilities as a country. And that applies for the military as well.
Mr. Ferrer?
Yeah, I concur with that. We have nothing that can stop in midair and go the other direction, nor do we have anything that can, like in our situation, come down from space, hang out for 3 hours, and go back up.
These objects were staying completely stationary in Category 4 hurricane winds. These same objects would then accelerate to supersonic speeds, 1.1, 1.2 Mach, and they would do so in very erratic and quick behaviors that I don't have an explanation for.
What? Can't I visit a mate?
What astonished you the most about the the flight capabilities of these Tic Tac, very briefly?
The performance. No, I think it's far beyond actually our material science that we currently possess. But I will tell you that what we saw with 4 sets of eyes over a 5-minute period, still, there's nothing, we have nothing close to it. It was amazing to see. I told my buddy I wanted to fly it, but yeah, it's just an incredible technology.
Did you experience any of that jamming or interrupting your radar or weapons system?
My crew that launched after we landed experienced significant jamming to the APG-73 radar, which was what we had on board, which is a mechanically scanned, very high-end system.
What? Oh, sorry. Was I being rude?
Do you have any personal knowledge of people who have been harmed or injured in efforts to cover up or conceal these extraterrestrial technology?
Yes. Personally.
I just want everyone to note that he's coming forward in fear of his life. Why would someone be intimidated like that?
Or I go to jail.
For revealing classified information.
Yeah, we don't want you to go to jail. I'm out of time. I yield.
When those objects broke the sound barrier, did they make a sonic boom?
I was in a jet. You can't hear anything. It's kind of loud in there.
Yeah, you're not able to actually personally tell within the vehicle.
What a stupid question.
Has the U.S. government become aware of actual evidence of extraterrestrial, otherwise unexplained forms of intelligence? And if so, when do you think this first occurred?
I like to use the term non-human. I don't like to denote origin. Keeps the aperture open, both scientifically. Right. Certainly, like I've discussed publicly previously, 1930s.
Okay. So who gets to decide this, in your opinion, in the past?
It's a group of career senior executive officials.
Okay. Are they government officials?
Both in and out.
Do what?
Both in and out of government, and that's about as far as I can go there. Yeah.
All right.
Look, I've been here for 6 months, and I'm pretty skeptical. I don't trust anything in this town, and so I think that's because I'm from Missouri. You've got to show me, right? So there has been activity by alien or non-human technology and or beings that has caused harm to humans.
I'm telling you, man, the reptilians love this type of guy.
We are billions of light years away from any other system. And the concept that an alien species that's technologically advanced enough to travel billions of light years gets here and somehow is incompetent enough to not survive Earth or crashes is something that I find a little bit far-fetched.
Wait. I like this kid. He's got balls. You start having some fucking balls like this kid, we wouldn't be in the fucking mess we're in right now. This kid fucking speaks for himself. He's gonna get things done, kid. How'd you like to work with me?
And with that being said, you have mentioned that there's interdimensional potential. Could you expound on that?
What I personally witnessed myself and my wife was very disturbing.
Okay.
Regardless of your level of sentience, right? Planes crash, cars crash, n number of sorties, however high, a small percentage are going to end in mission failure, if you will, as we say in the Air Force. And then in terms of multidimensionality, that kind of thing, the framework that I'm familiar with, for example, is something called the holographic principle. It's a scientific trope that you can actually cross. Literally, as far as I understand.
Is it true that you saw, in your words, a 40-foot flying
Tic-Tac
shaped object?
That's correct. Or for some people that can't know what a Tic-Tac is, it's a giant flying propane tank.
Can you describe how the aircraft maneuvered?
Abruptly, very determinate. It knew exactly what it was doing. It was aware of our presence, and it had acceleration rates. I mean, it went from 0 to matching our speed in no time at all.
If the aircraft was armed, do you believe that your aircraft or any aircraft in possession of the United States could have shot the Tic-Tac down?
I'd say no. Just on the performance, it would have just left.
Only because I wanted to, not because you made me.
Material science and the ability to develop that much propulsion, and I know there's been some physicists who have done calculations, which is beyond anything that we have. And to go against the naysayers that it's something on the screen or whatever, I mean, there's 4 sets of human eyeballs. We're all very credible. Of the 6 of us that were involved in the thing, including the video, every one of us is going to do 20 plus years in the military in very responsible positions. So I'd say the world needs to know that it's not a joke.
Is there any indication that these UAPs could be essentially collecting reconnaissance information, Mr. Graves?
Yes.
Mr. Grush?
Fair assessment, yeah.
Mr. Fravor?
Very possible.
Again, in the national security vein, is it possible that these UAPs would be probing our capabilities? Yes or no, Mr. Graves?
Yes.
Rush?
Yes.
Fravor?
Definitely.
Is it possible that these UAPs are testing for vulnerabilities in our current systems?
Yes.
Yes.
Possible.
Do you feel, based off of your experience and the information that you've been privy to, that these UAPs provide an existential threat to the national security of the United States? Mr. Graves?
Potentially.
Yes, sir, potentially.
Same answer, potentially.
Yeah, I'd say
Fravor.
definitely, potentially.
Mr. Graves and Fravor, in the event that your encounters had become hostile, would you have had the capability to defend yourself, your crew, your aircraft?
Absolutely not.
Sir?
No.
There clearly is a threat to the national security of the United States of America. As members of Congress, we have a responsibility to maintain oversight and be aware of these activities so that, if appropriate, we take action. I would encourage the chairman to demand that we have any and all, but in particular Mr. Grush, talk to us in a skiff. And if that access is denied, I will personally volunteer to initiate the Holman Rule against any personnel or any program or any agency that denies access to Congress.